What's going on, my loves? It's Knowledge Butterfly. I am back at it again. You know, I never left, but I'm back. And today, I actually was inspired to do this video by Abraham Hicks. I started listening to her today. I was nudged to start checking her out on her videos. And I have to definitely give thanks to my higher self, because my higher self is, leading me and showing me the way to, just new avenues, new doors, new beginnings, new things. So yeah, if it wasn't for me finding Minx Diva, she's actually where I got the name from Abraham Hicks. Well, the first person that I heard the name from, because as I said in my video yesterday, Minx Diva, she does talk about angel numbers. She talks about other things too. However, I started listening to her for angel numbers. And today I was doing my hair because, as I said, I want to stop having my hands in it so much. So I went ahead and was twisting my hair. As I was listening to listening to Minx Diva, she brought up Abraham Hicks. I said, who is Abraham Hicks? But I kept listening because I had been getting the number 911 for over a month now, and I had read about it and everything. But because Minx Diva was like, I really felt her with the other two videos for 444 and 555. Today I wanted to listen to her talk about 911, and lo and behold, when I pull up my YouTube, guess what video came up for her 911 video. So everything just perfectly, it just shows you how everything aligns the way it's supposed to when you follow your intuition, when you follow your gut. When your intuition tells you, okay, go to YouTube, okay? And that's not just with YouTube, that's with any and everything. So I say all that to say that Minx Diva, I heard the name Abraham Hicks from her. Then as I was still doing my hair, I was about to listen to Universal Frequencies because I hadn't listened to any of his videos in a few days. So I said, let me listen to Universal Frequencies, I wasn't even a minute into it, and he brought up Abraham Hicks, and I said, you know what? Okay, universe, I hear you, higher self. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna find out who this Abraham Hicks is. I go in Google, look for Abraham Hicks, and I see Abraham Hicks has YouTube videos. I listened to the first video, and I'm hooked. I'm like, shit, she's talking about stuff I just started talking about, really getting into this weekend. Friday when I got that creative visualization book, and I started talking about, manifesting things, and I started talking about prosperity programming and prosperity affirmations and just all those things. I was like, oh, I obviously have aligned myself to a certain frequency, so I was able to get in contact with her, and to me, and that's how you really have to kind of look at it. When you align to certain frequencies, you start to align to different energies, which is who we call humans. You align to that energy because you're ready to receive that information. Okay, so yeah, and when you think about it that way, it's really beautiful. So this video was inspired by Abraham Hicks, I've probably listened to 4 or 5 videos already. I wanted to go ahead and record it. I did record a video earlier. What I have got to stop doing is leaving that damn Bluetooth speaker on, because when I do that, the sound is the audio is still connected to it, so you can't hear it. And that video was really, really good. However, I know this video is going to be just as good. I know it because I was inspired to do it. So anywho's, all of this is me. The only information I have in here from anybody else, I have a quote from Abraham Hicks, who also, her earth given name from her parents is Esther. And I also have a definition that she gave as well. But everything else just came from my higher self, came from my inspirational, from me being tapped into my inspirational side and tapped into my inspirational abundance. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Now, we already know that all is mind. That is one of the Hermetic principles. All is mind. However, we also know that all is energy. All energy carries a vibration. All vibration is frequency. Every emotion and thought is a vibration, and it carries a vibrational frequency, okay? So when you learn how to keep your vibration in a higher vibrational frequency, then you open up the floodgates of heaven, okay? You literally open up the floodgates of heaven. Now, in order to have room, and I've talked about this before in other videos, but in order to have room to receive this outpouring from heaven, your cup has to either be empty or near empty. And when I think about a cup, I literally think about the cup being you. The cup being all the old pattern belief systems and old thought processes, the old patterns that you have in your subconscious mind, those reruns that you have, that you keep having on repeat, that you won't let go of. That's what I think about when I say your cup. So that cup that you have is full of all this stuff that you've been programmed to think. You've been programmed to think is true, but it's not true. You have to empty out your cup in order to be have enough room to receive that abundance, to receive that the flood from heaven. Okay? So once you make room for the abundance, then your cup can run over, because now you have room to actually hold the new energy, hold the abundance, and you're able to, and it spills over, so you're able to share with others. You're able to give to others. Your cup truly runs over. And that's really why your cup is supposed to run over, because it's supposed to be spread out and given to others, right? You're blessed to be a blessing. That's what the Bible says, right? Okay. So the more you reprogram your subconscious to know that this universe is abundant, you are not only tapped into the abundance, you are the abundance. You already are the abundance. However, you truly align yourself to be the abundance that you were born to be, that you are meant to be, that you truly are. All right? The well, basically, that means that the well never runs dry, because we already know that the universe is infinite. That means that abundance is infinite. That well could never run dry. The more you're able to remain at the higher vibrational frequency, the more that you will be able to manifest the reality that you actually want. That's why reprogramming your subconscious is vital to raising your vibration in order to align with the frequency of your desires, your hopes, and dreams. I'll give you an example. On Friday, I talked about this in my video talking about creative visualization and how I came about that book. I spoke about the fact that I had 2 books in my hand. 2 books. And I was about to walk out of the store. I had taken some steps. I was still close to the section that I was had gotten the 2 books from, but I was walking towards the register. I stopped. I literally stopped, and I was like, because I had been debating one of the books anyway. I wasn't sure if I wanted that book. It was just like all of the other books that not all the other books. It was just like a couple of other books I already had that were, talking about your chakras and healing and all those types of things. And I had spent all that time looking through almost that whole book. And you intuitively feel when something's right, when you actually are, not necessarily need to have it, but you want to have it, or it's going to be a benefit for you to have it. So I listened to my intuition that told me to turn around. When I turned around, I wound up looking at the bookshelf right next to the shelf that I got the other 2 books from. And that's when I saw the creative visualization book. I immediately, it's like that book it's like my eyes were somehow just made to go in that direction. Like everything else was not even there. It was just that book. So I like zoned into that book, and I picked it up, and I only just glanced over it, and I knew that I needed that book. That was the right book, and I put back the other book, and I got the 2 that I was meant to get. So I'm saying that to say, if I had not gotten that creative visualization book on Friday, then I probably would not have been guided. The door wouldn't have opened for me to listen to Minx Diva and get the information about my angel numbers. Then also Minx Diva gave me the information that opened the door about Abraham Hicks, her and universal frequencies. So it's kind of like a tree. You just look how, like your family tree, you see how each branch connects to the other branch. That's literally how manifestation works. Okay, so I would not have been connected to this branch that had a door in it to Abraham Hicks, which wouldn't have led me to talk about this subject to you guys. That inspiration, I might have missed out on that inspiration. Maybe it would have came later on, but I would have delayed it, you know? And it was meant for me right now. So, all right. Now, the reason why most people think that your affirmations, meditation, creative visualization, etc. don't work is because they don't really know it to be true. We buy all these books. We listen to all these videos. Some people go to like motivational or listen to motivational speakers or inspirational speakers because you want to feel like you can have something different than what you already have. You want someone to tell you that you truly are a manifestor, that you truly can have whatever you want. You want somebody to motivate you to do those things. However, you don't really trust in it. You don't really trust that those tools, which that's what they are, a tool, that those tools can get you the desires of your heart. You don't really feel that you can have it. And feeling is a very important word because your feelings are tied to your emotions. So if your emotions and your feelings, if they're not on the right vibration, you will not manifest or create the desires of your heart. You will not create the reality that you want to live in. So you'll be stuck in the opposite of what you say you want. Okay? Which means that you'll think that those things don't really work. You'll think manifestation is a lie. You'll think you'll think meditation is a lie to get your manifestation. You'll think that positive affirmations are a lie. You'll think that creative visualization, and you'll think none of those things work, but it's really you that's not working to get yourself to that point because your vibration is off. It's too low. You know what I'm saying? All right. So at that point, like I said, then you don't believe. That means that you actually don't believe in the things that you're doing or the things that you're saying. And Abraham Hicks, her definition of belief is just a thought you keep thinking. Meaning it's something you've been programmed to think, and now you have taken that as the gospel, as that's the truth. And and thoughts can be changed. You can literally change a negative thought and turn it into something positive. That's what you call positive reinforcement. That's something where you're transmuting that negative energy, that negative thought, into something positive. Okay, you're reprogramming yourself. That's that prosperity programming. You're getting rid of the scarcity programming, and now you're downloading prosperity programming into your hardware or your software, whatever you want to call it. Now, where was I? Also, to me, that means that you don't really know that you're a vibrational being. And as long as you keep that, that thought process, that is going to keep your vibration from reaching a higher vibration or higher frequency, which then is going to keep you from being aligned with the frequency of no limits, on what you can attain. If that makes sense. As long as you are on a lower vibrational frequency, there is no way you can align to that thing that you want to achieve, that higher frequency. It's unattainable because you're here and it's here. It's like the commercial of the man with the fish hooking. He has that dollar dangling and the girl's jumping trying to get it. And he's like, you got to be faster than that. You have to vibrate faster than that. You have to vibrate higher than that, okay? In order to get what you really want. That's the only way to get it. However, it's achievable. You can do it. You just have to change the way that you're wired, okay? Now, also, in thinking low vibrational frequencies and low vibrational emotions, you're going to receive the opposite result of what you really want. That's because you don't believe what you're saying. Because your thoughts are still saying the negative things. Your thoughts are still saying this shit ain't gonna work. Your thoughts, so that way you're reading your affirmations and it's just like blah, 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 blah. It's like that monotone actor in Ferris Bueller. That's where you are. So if you're so monotone about it, if you're so haphazard about it, if you're just like, I'm just doing this because, you're not aligning with the frequency. Therefore, the affirmations are not going to work for you. Therefore, the meditation is not going to work for you. Therefore, the creative visualization will not work for you. It's just not going to work, okay? So, you have to say your affirmations when you're actually experiencing the right emotions and feelings in order to bring that thing into the manifestation realm. And I actually just started saying that today when I was writing this. I was like, you know what? Most people call it the physical realm. That's what it's known as. It's actually more in line with the manifestation realm. And I'm going to explain to you why I call it that. So, if you actually start to look at it as, start to look at this plane or this plane or planet as the manifestation plane or planet, where all vibrational energy, comes to manifest into this physical existence, to appear to be solid. If you start to look at it as that way, that we're literally vibrational energy that comes into this manifestation plane so that we can be in a form versus being formless, because where we come from, we don't have a form. We are formless vibrational energy, balls of energy. Okay, we don't have any type of form. We are just vibrating on whatever frequency we were before we incarnated into this particular plane. If you start looking at it that way, then you're now able to actually, to get the truth in what we are, the truth in how you manifest what you truly want. When you look at it as a manifestation realm versus a physical realm, we're still vibrational beings. We're still the same vibrational beings before we decided to manifest ourselves into our mother's womb in order to in order to become a physical form or to appear to be a physical form. We had to manifest ourselves that way. From the vibrational realm of just the rim of the rim of vibrational thought to be physical thought or physical vibrations. Okay? So when you know that, then you should know that you can manifest everything you desire to have in this manifestation plane. This is the dream world. This is the manifestation plane. This is the realm and where all your dreams can come true, as Disney says. The reason why they say that is because you're creating it. Your vibrations is creating everything around you. Everything around you. Once you truly know that and you take responsibility for that, and not just take responsibility for it, you love it, everything you want can come true. Think of it this way. Think of it like the clouds in the sky. All right? Every day every day that we have clouds doesn't always bring about rain, right? Rain comes from the water evaporating, and change, basically the water transforming, evaporating, and going into the clouds, and becoming condensation, I think is the word. And the clouds literally build up so much condensation. They get so heavy that after they get so heavy, they eventually start pouring down rain. Think of your dreams like that. Think of your desires in that manner. When you're doing the inner work for yourself, when you're really focused on being your true self, your higher self, and raising your vibration, what you're doing is you're making your dreams like evaporate and float up into the clouds and become condensation. And the clouds are so full, they get so full that it's almost time. You almost there. It's almost time for that rain to just start coming down because the clouds keep getting heavier and heavier. That's what's happening. That's what happens when you are vibrating on the higher frequency, on the right frequency, in order to truly align yourself with your desires, with your true dreams, what you really want out of this existence. Okay? Now Abraham Hicks says, and I quote, we wouldn't take action unless we felt inspired. We would not motivate ourselves to action. We could call motivation doing it because I think I should. We call inspiration doing it because it's something I feel I want to do. That's the difference. Most people are motivating themselves to meditate, motivating themselves to say their affirmations, motivating themselves to exercise, motivating themselves to go to work, motivating themselves to, cook. Whenever you're motivating yourself doing, you're making yourself do it. You're making yourself do it. You have to, I guess, I need to go on and clean this room up. So the energy that you're putting into it, you're not going to get the result you want out of it. It's going to be half-assed done. It's going to be from a place of, of resistance. You pretty much are resisting it. It's another thing she talks about is a vortex that the vortex that we can tap into in order to manifest things. And the vortex, it sounds to me like your heart harmonics, how when your heart is in a state of bliss, the magnetic field around your heart is creating this vortex. And this vortex is what is sending out your emotions into your emotional body. And your emotional body is what's sending out the communications into the ether, into the universe. So then you're getting back what you're sending out. In order for you to tap into that vortex, you have to truly be inspired. That's what it means. So basically what it means is when you feel inspiration, that's the best time that you should be doing something. That's when that vortex is open up for you. That's when you can actually thrive, when you're in the vortex. That's the heart harmonics. That's living in bliss. That's why when people have sex and you actually orgasm, that's why people do sex magic. That's why they have ritualistic sex magic. Not anything perverted. They do it because they know that when they are performing that, when they are having sex, and if they are wanting something out of life, they desire something, when they are having their orgasm, when they climax, that is the point that they should be doing whatever ritual, whatever affirmation, in order to get the things that they want. That's when that vortex opens up. Because your heart harmonics, everything is in sync and is in line. It's like everything is perfectly lined up for you to receive the things that you want. That's why I went ahead and did this video when I did it. And it's so funny, when I first recorded this video, when I did the analogy of the clouds in the sky, the condensation, it started raining out here. And it's still raining. Because that's your abundance. That's when you get your abundance. You get your abundance when you're perfectly lined up. And the more time that you spend in the vortex is what she was talking about. The more time you actually spend in that blissful state, when you're doing things out of inspiration, and not only inspiration, you're also you add gratitude and appreciation to that. It's unstoppable. It speeds up what you want to have out of life. It makes it so much easier for you to get. Do you actually hear me, guys? Do y'all hear what I'm saying? You have to really and truly do things out of love. Do things out of inspiration. Inspiration actually comes from the universe, comes from your higher self. The vortex is you tapping into that. The place where your higher self lives. That's what it is. Once you get more in tune with your higher self, you're able to feel your higher self. You're literally able to cut this off, close your eyes, and just visualize the energy of your true being. You're in tune with your higher self. You're in tune with your God self. You're in tune with your abundance. You know, so I was inspired to do this video. I knew I had to do it, even though I was like, oh man, that video I did was really, really good. And I was excited about it. I was ready to upload it. And I was like, oh shit, the speaker was still connected. It's okay. I knew I was meant to share this with you guys. All the signs pointed to me sharing it with you guys. And so I did it. I shared it with you, you know, and it's all out of love. Align yourself with the vibrational frequency that you want to manifest. Anything can be manifested here. We manifested ourselves here in our mama's womb. You can manifest a chair, a car, you know, money, because all that's energy. And literally all of that is up in that cloud, you know, just ready to come down in condensation and rain down on you and fill up your cup. So to the point that it's just running over, and you have to spread it out, spread it to others. Just like if I had not listened to the universe, I can even talk about my story becoming Knowledge Butterfly, you know, one of the alter egos, becoming her. I've always loved butterflies. Butterflies have always been something that I thought was beautiful. The fact that they came from this caterpillar, which most people see as the lesser attractive one, and then transforming over to this butterfly, and they transform into whatever colors that they can imagine themselves to be. That's how I look at it. And so since I was young, teenager, child, I love butterflies. And I remember one of my ex boyfriends, he wrote poetry, and he wrote a poem for me, and he talked about a butterfly in the poem, and I kept it for a long time because, like I said, I love butterflies. Then when I met this young man like over a year ago in Clayton County, and I told him I was going to do YouTube videos, I was following my intuition that told me I needed to do YouTube videos, and I wasn't sure what my name was going to be, but I did tell him that I love butterflies and I feel like a butterfly. I feel like I'm transforming, you know, into something better. And he said, you know what? You have a lot of knowledge. You should be Knowledge Butterfly. And that's where that name came from. And so everything just lined up. Just like I said, the whole tree analogy, how the branches, like your family tree, and how you're connected to all your relatives on the physical plane. The way you connect to all the things that you want is you have to listen to your intuition, and you have to follow it. When you're inspired to do so, it'll open up a door, which will give you an idea, or which will give you a thought of something you need to do. And when you get that inspiration, do it at that moment. Do it at that moment. Also, that's the moment that you say your affirmations. That's the moment that you meditate. That's the moment that you cook, because I'm over here throwing down right now in the kitchen. That's the moment that you do it, when you're at that blissful state, because then you're opening up the doors for so much more than you could have even imagined being. You just do. You become that light, that pure light that you are shines through. That's why people can see you for who you truly are at that point. They can see past the vibrational energy that's making me look like I'm a solid being, and that makes you look like you're a solid being. You're still that vibrational energy. You're just in the manifestation realm. So if you stop looking at it like a physical realm, because when you say physical, you're separating it from your vibrational self. When you say manifestation realm, you know that you're still that vibration. However, you have manifested yourself into this realm in order to be in a form, in a shape, and that therefore you can manifest everything around you as well. Same thing, same way, as they say in Jamaica, same way. Okay, so I'm going to end the video on that note. And I just, like I said, I was really inspired to you know, record this video. I just was writing, definitely was inspired. It was inspirational thought, so it came from a higher place. So I knew I needed to go ahead and record it now and share it with you guys. So I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate y'all for really like tuning into my frequency, because that's another thing. The people who are the YouTubers and things like that, you are divinely led to those people. You are divinely led to those people when you like their videos, when you subscribe to them. Like when your intuition tells you to go to YouTube and look at this person's video, and then you feel something from them, at least the way I operate, I automatically like, oh, I gotta like that video. Oh, I need to subscribe to this person, because their vibration is aligned to me. You know what I'm saying? So you already know you're going to get so much more from it than you could have ever imagined. You know, that is a part of your abundance. Everything is abundance. Everything that comes from your intuition is abundance. From the people you watch on YouTube, from the music, if you're listening to the right vibrational music, from whatever. If you feel like you're not in the right space, you need to change what you're listening to. You need to change what you're watching. You might need to change the people that are around you for a bit and tell them that you need to fall back for a little while. You need to make some changes in your life. Okay, you need to close some of those doors for a little while, maybe permanently. Some of them may just be for temporary until you get to where you're supposed to be. But everything that you're led to, nothing is a coincidence. It's all divinely ordained. It's divinely ordered for you. Your steps have been ordered. So follow it. Follow those paths. Follow where your higher self is leading you to. Follow where your spirit guides are leading you to. Listen. Be open and listen to them. And you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong, okay? So I love you guys so much. Again, I'm going to end the video on this note. If you are in tune with my frequency, if you feel what I'm saying to you, if the higher self in you is saying this shit is real, this is the truth, I want you to go ahead and hit like. Okay, I want you to go ahead and comment as well if you have anything else to add. I also want you to subscribe to my channel if you're feeling the vibrations. And I want you to go follow me on my Instagram, Knowledge Butterfly, as well as on my Facebook, which is Knowledge Butterfly at Empress Rostar. Again, guys, I love you. And as always, I'm going to send you out love out into the ether, into the universe, because it comes from my heart. It's for real, for real. It's nothing fake. It's no fake love. It's all real here. So thank you guys again. I really appreciate your support and love. Peace.